Welcome, runner, to the game of Black Hats. By choosing the green team and cleverly giving your opponent the inferior purple team, you have already demonstrated the keen intellect needed to secure your first victories. Each game of Black Hats has you managing two sets of cards. One is your runners and rigs, collectively known as your crew. Each runner is represented by a card, which shows their name, power, passive ability, signature ability, and cost in bandwidth. In addition, every runner is also equipped with a unique rig. This card represents the runner's hardware and will determine their signal strength, security, and speed while connected to the network. Some rigs even give the runner additional abilities, which we'll cover as we look at your crew in more detail. The other deck of cards that you have is your cyber deck. This deck is made up of executable cards, which have a unique name, ability, and flip value. Some executables, distinguished by their red frame, also have a unique flip ability, which can trigger during combat between runners. If you are playing the green team, you'll want to gather the 4 runner cards for Wild Child, James Jimmy Jester Mahoney, Skeleton D, and Catapult. You will also need their rigs, the Battle Station Mark II for Wild Child, the RoboWare Leapfrogger for Jimmy, the RoboWare 9999 for Skeleton D, and the Gonkboard Gonk Edition for Catapult. You'll also need the circular token for each runner, which is used to mark their location on the network. You'll also want to gather the starting cyber deck. It has 7 copies of Hack the Network, and 1 copy each of Asynchronous Transmission, Big Hack, Corporate Espionage, Hot Swap, Huge Hack, Installation Wizard, IP Tracer, Low Orbit Ion Cannon, Peer-to-Peer, Ransomware, RM-R, Scatter Hack, and Speak Softly. Now that you have your crew and cyber deck, let's go over their skills so that you have the edge going into your first match. First up, let's discuss Skeleton D. When D ends their movement in a node adjacent to an enemy data server, they may extract the data without using an action. Signature: hack one node adjacent to Skeleton D. Skeleton D is the ultimate server cracker. While other runners are waiting on decryption algorithms, D is already halfway home with state secrets in their back pocket. Their passive ability allows them to pick up the data faster than any other runner in the game. Your crew has also equipped Skeleton D with the ludicrously fast RoboWare 9999. This effectively gives her infinite speed to traverse any subnets you create. Their signature ability will help you build subnets to run on, or allow D to punch a hole through a wall of offline systems if need be. Try to play your big and huge hacks before Skeleton D is exhausted for the round, so they can take advantage of the information superhighway that you construct. Skeleton D is an excellent runner at taking point, carving their own path if necessary, and snagging the data out of the enemy's server. Your opponent will be scrambling to stop you as D zips across the network at 99 speed with purple data in hand. James Jimmy Jester Mahoney. While carrying the data, Jimmy's attacks bypass 2 security. Signature: if there is an ally carrying data within 2 nodes of Jimmy, move that data to Jimmy. Then, Jimmy can make an attack without using an action. The RoboWare Leapfrogger that Jimmy is using also grants them 1 additional ability. This runner can move through nodes containing enemy runners. When moving into a node containing a runner, if it takes this runner into a new subnet, it doesn't count against the limit on subnet crossings. The RoboWare Leapfrogger can allow Jimmy to run distances that would be impossible for other runners, weaving through multiple subnets to leave your pursuers in the dust. Jimmy is an old-school cyber jockey, which means they're a data hog. Jimmy's passive ability powers them up when carrying the data by allowing all of their attacks to bypass 2 security when dealing damage. They can also use their signature ability to pick up the data from allies who are stuck behind enemies or offline systems, both activating their passive ability and also letting them make a free attack. If Skeleton D gets mired down in hacks and enemy runners, Jimmy is all too happy to step in and steal the glory. These 2 abilities combine with Jimmy's rig to create a runner that is powerful offensively in 2 ways, both in his ability to move the data up the network toward your server, but also in his ability to dish out damage against tough-to-crack rigs. Use Jimmy to salvage a run that's been shut down by a low-orbit ion cannon, or to deal serious damage to opponents who are packing high-security rigs. Wild Child. If you skip the movement portion of Wild Child's activation, you may change the state of their node before taking an action. Signature. Make separate 2 power attacks against each enemy runner in Wild Child's subnet and any data they're carrying. While Skeleton D and Jimmy are competing to see who can slam dunk your opponent's data the fastest, Wild Child has a different role on your team as the Bruiser. Wild Child comes with a whopping 4 attack value when attacking a single target, but their signature ability also lets them make a weaker Power 2 attack against multiple targets. Either way, your opponent will learn to fear the phrase, "I attack with Wild Child." Their passive ability allows you to give up their movement in exchange for the ability to change the node state they're currently occupying. When used cleverly, this can both protect you by pulling you out of a subnet you don't want to be in, while shifting you into a subnet with your preferred targets. The speed and security of the Mark II are somewhat unimpressive, but Wild Child will be dealing so much damage you won't feel the lack. Use Scatter Hack to connect various subnets to Wild Child's node, combined with her signature ability to unleash a sneak attack on your opponent. Catapult. Catapult may attack runners and data in subnets containing an allied runner. Signature. If Catapult is carrying the data, move it to any allied runner within 5 nodes and deal 2 damage to the data. Catapult is your digital artillery, steadily lobbing damage across the network round after round. If an enemy can attack your ally, that enemy is in range of Catapult. Bunker down on an isolated subnet in your home row and use them to unleash extra attacks, finishing off opponents that are already wounded by Wild Child or Jimmy. Their signature gives them an entirely different function. It allows them to fire the data up to 5 nodes to an allied runner, bypassing any intervening subnets and regardless of enemy runners who may be in the way. However, it also significantly weakens the data by removing 2 signal from it. It reduces your odds at scoring big points in exchange for moving the data incredibly far on the network. If your data carrier is getting pinned down by too many hacks to effectively run the data home, look for ways to use asynchronous transmission or peer-to-peer to get the data to Catapult and bypass all of those pesky offline nodes. Now that you know the crew, let's put it all together for your basic game plan. Lead with Skeleton D and Jimmy as your primary offense. Use D's speed to pick up the data and put pressure on your opponent to play hacks that slow you down. Have Jimmy nearby to carry that momentum forward with his signature ability. And while D and Jimmy work together to pull off the heist, Wild Child and Catapult hand out beatdowns both up close and at range, working together to disconnect your opponent's biggest threats. That's your green crew. A squad of speed demons built to apply pressure quickly and never let up. Speed-based teams are the most reliant on having large subnets to take advantage of their rigs, so don't neglect your network hacking. You have everything you need now. Take your crew, your cyber deck, and blaze your path to glory. Good luck, runner.